Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Eternal Flames. My name's Blaze, and welcome back to a Robocraft tutorial. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's just be real with it. Holy shit! Okay, that's all I gotta say right off the bat. So, what do we have here? Well, we have a lock-on missile launcher. To get a better idea of your lock-on missile launcher, you can actually take a look at your tree, right? And contrary to its brethren, which was right here, the Flak Cannon, it's right after. So this is another late game item that you're going to take a while. Due to the changes in how this tree works, it's more of a spiral now instead of a tree. So you just gain stuff as you level up, including, you know, the Mega Bay and Mega Mothership, which for some reason I just never got around to doing. So how does it work? What do you want to do? And what are the best ways to use it? Well, first off, let's take a look at its sheer size. So we're going to, hop right into inventory. And I'm going to select the missile launcher, right? And then we're going to go back into build mode. Actually, let's do this. And let's just take it off for a moment and show you guys just how big. Now, to get a better idea, this is about a 5-block wide in both directions device. It's several high. I mean, let's get a better grasp of this. I would say that's about 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 blocks tall. So this is a mother of a weapon. It's really big, it's really hefty, but is it any good? Is it something you'd want to put on your flyer or your tank or something like that? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at it in more of a competitive setting. So we'll go over here to play. We'll go to single player. And at the end of the video, I will do a couple matches. I'll record them and show you guys some of the highlights of the fighting. But for the time being, we'll do this, right? We'll go over pros, cons, and everything else. So it's pretty easy to install, very, very basic weapon, not too many tricks. It has a decent angle, but not too bad. So first thing I want to go over, because I've had a chance to kind of test this weapon myself, is if you wanted to, without lock on, you can continuously fire. So long as you are holding down your fire button, by default this is the left mouse button, you can keep firing. If you notice, on the other hand, similar to the railgun, it's got a little bar that it's gradually filling up, and this is basically your ammo stockpile. So it has a pretty damn good reload time. I mean, that's beautiful. Look at that. If you notice, the rockets do wait for a little bit. They got a little bit of variation in their flight, so it's not going to be 100% accurate every time. Can you snipe with them? Well, theoretically, if you could lead your shots. Do you ever want to lead your shots with these? No. And let me show you why. So, right off the bat, let's do this. If we hold it over the target long enough, and locked. Now that it's locked, I can do whatever the hell I like, as long as I have ammo. Oh, within reason. Shit, and there's a problem right off the bat. The moment you start losing lock on, or you start trying to target something else, you're going to start running into issues. In which case, you might actually want to, start doing this, where you're just firing at will at these guys. Which means it's not your casual lock on, where lock on is an absolute requirement. But as long as you have ammo of any kind, that lock on is going to stay for a little while, which is great. Get that. So that's the thing you want to take care of. So let's talk about pros and cons, like actual good pros and cons here, because that's what we do, right? So, pro right off the bat is it's a lock-on missile turret. How long have we waited for this in this game? I could think of people who are probably like just grinning ear to ear and saying, "Yes! Yes, finally! Ah!" And then there are people who are like, "Oh my god, they just broke the game." So that's the thing. But lock-on missile turret. This is a weapon that is going to lock on and hold so long as you can hold target. Now, if you notice, the lock-on kind of goes off after a little while, but I believe that's in con, so we'll get to that in just a moment. But, yeah, pros. Strong weapon. It does significant damage. It's a lock-on weapon. The first one we've ever seen. Where there'll be some in the future, who knows? Will there be variations? I don't know, but I think it's a step in a interesting direction. It's decently powerful. Not the most powerful weapon I've ever seen, but it's definitely not the least powerful weapon. And it gives some advantage to people who can't aim. So, for people who aren't good at what we call hit scan. Hit scan is, basically your laser weapons in this game, right? Then you've got your aiming weapons, like your plasma cannons and stuff like that. For people who can keep a target long enough to get the lock on, this is perfect. Yeah, let's go into cons, and this is going to be a big one. In cons, this thing's huge. You're not going to have a whole lot of these on your mech. It's just not going to happen. Or at least you shouldn't. It's a decent weapon, but for how bulky they are, for how much of a pain in the ass they are, it's just really not worth it to have an ass ton of these compared to, like, say, I can just go down the list of weapons, to be honest. But for what it is, you know, size is a thing. You know, suck it up, sunshine. Other problems. The lock-on itself. Okay, a huge con is going to be the fact that if you're firing into a mess of mechs, which is going to be a reasonable idea in some of the more deadly fights, your lock-on's going to screw up, as you just saw. Very easy, very significant. You've got a problem. So you want to be careful of that. Another thing is you want to take advantage of how the lock-on works. So you need to actually kind of curve your shots a little bit if you want the best shot. Another con of it is if you're not good at, you know, kind of, how do I put this? Curving your shots, you're going to find yourself hitting walls very often, which kind of reduces the efficiency. So once again, skilled players still kind of required, just not as much as others. So anything else I can think of that would just make this thing suck? No, not really. This is a wonderful weapon. I've been waiting for this weapon since this game came out. It's like, why wasn't this here before? This is going to replace a lot of people's plasma, which is great because the Flak Cannon replaced a lot of people's rail cannons. So this is a good step in a direction that I think the game kind of needs for that higher level of gameplay. So now that I've said all this, and now that we've kind of talked about all this and had a moment, I think it's time we get into some real combat as per your guys' request. You guys want to see this thing in actual action, so I'm going to get into actual action, and I will see you guys very shortly. Or actually, I guess I won't, because I'm not going to be voicing over that part. So, take care, stay safe, stay well, and I will see you guys all next time. Oh, and just remember, lock on, baby. Oh, that walker is so stupid. Yeah, baby.